Here, Pete. Oh, Dad, nice cup of cocoa for you.
Lovely cup of cocoa.
Nothing like a cup of cocoa, is there, Pete, eh?
There's hot chocolate, it's quite like it.
Yeah, that's quite lovely, yeah.
That's very similar, isn't it? Hot chocolate.
Very similar,
to cocoa.
very, yeah.
This is hot chocolate, isn't it?
Is it?
Smells like it, yeah.
Oh, so I'll go and get you a cup of cocoa.
No, I like hot chocolate. There's nothing like a cup of hot chocolate, really,
Well,
if you're feeling down.
Well, it's cocoa.
There's always that, yeah. Anyway, I'll have a drop of this.
Yeah.
You know, Dad? It's very good.
Isn't it, eh?
I've been thinking.
Yeah.
I was thinking the other night, in the still of the night,
Yes, Pete.
what's the worst bloody thing that could happen to you? What's the worst thing? In all your imagination, let your mind run wild.
Yeah.
What's the worst thing that could possibly happen to you? Ever thought of that?
No, I haven't, actually.
Well, start thinking. What's the worst thing?
I don't know. What's the worst thing you can think of?
I'll tell you what I thought of the other night.
Yeah.
You're lying in your bed, see,
Yeah.
in the middle of the night,
Yeah.
round about the witching hour of 12, you see.
Yeah.
You're lying there, sleeping fitfully,
Yeah.
uneasily.
Yeah.
You feel a nameless dread about the place. You don't know what it is. A
Yeah.
strange nameless dread somehow.
Yeah.
You're dozing.
You
And
doze.
suddenly, you're dozing and suddenly, tap, tap, tap on the bloody door.
Who is it, Pete?
We don't know who it is. It's a strange tapping in the night. Who comes tapping in the night, I think to myself. Only the voice of terror, none else. So I go to the door, I open it gingerly, and you know what's there?
What?
41 bloody Nazi officers. Blonde hair, strapping great men, looking menacingly at me.
Yeah.
They say, ha ha, Herr Pete, we've come to get you at last. Your time is up.
Yeah.
And then they grab hold of me,
Yeah.
the Nazi officers,
Yeah.
grab hold of me, and they shove me into a sack full of killer ants. Extremely hungry killer ants, what I haven't eaten for days and days. That's
Yeah.
their ravishing for food, you see.
Yeah.
And they start eating me, and my whole body is eaten by the ants. That's pretty bad, isn't
That's
it, Dad?
terrible, Pete, yeah.
Pretty bad,
Yeah,
that to happen
very
one evening,
bad,
isn't
that,
it?
Yeah. I'll tell you what's worse, though, Pete.
There's nothing worse than bloody ants,
Oh.
I'm telling you.
You hold on, mate. I'm in my bed, you see. I'm just going off to kip, and I think,
Yeah.
oh, I feel a bit peckish, you
Yeah.
know, feel a bit of hunger.
Yeah.
So I think I'll pop down the kitchen, get a slice of spam.
Yeah.
And so I creep down to the kitchen, and I go in the kitchen,
Yeah.
and there's an unearthly chill in there. An unearthly chill in the kitchen.
Cold in the kitchen,
Very
isn't it?
cold. The rest of the house is very warm, but it's
But the
very
kitchen,
cold.
unearthly.
Very cold, Pete. I'll put the switch down for the light. No light. I think, funny. Funny. New bulb this morning. No light.
That's
funny.
funny.
You know.
You found this morning, Ted, on the switch, no light.
light.
Funny, very funny.
Bloody funny, this
Funny,
is.
yeah.
So I'll go in there, and there's a great thunderstorm going on outside.
Yeah.
And suddenly there's a great flash of lightning,
Yeah.
and I see it glinting in the corner.
What is it, Dad?
What is it indeed, Pete? It's a man standing in black leather tights, stripped to the waist, with a mask on, holding an enormous axe. It's Dr. Death, the avenging executioner. He says, all right, Dad, I've come for you. I'm going to chop your head off. And so, with some resistance, I'm pulled to the sink, and he puts my head over the sink, and he brings his axe down like that.
Is that it? Is that all it is?
Yes.
An axe comes down in the neck, that's bloody nothing compared to the ants moving all over your body, grabbing out bits of flesh and throwing them up in the air and catching them in their tiny paws and stuffing it in their mouth.
No, well, in fact, what happens, Pete, is it only nicks me the first time.
Oh, it's even better. You're laughing with a nick in your neck, aren't you?
No.
There's nothing wrong
It's
there.
very sore, Pete. It's very sore, the nick. And then the next time it goes bang with the axe, and my head falls off in the sink, and I run round the kitchen screaming.
You should have run around the kitchen screaming before you knock your head off, shouldn't you?
Yeah, I forgot.
That's nothing compared to the ants, Dad, you see, because the trouble with these ants, what I didn't tell you was another facet of the ants,
Yeah.
was the Nazis, with their infinite cunning and bestiality, have trained the ants to eat extremely slowly.
Yeah.
What's more, they've got coagulant on their teeth, So when they bite into you, you don't bleed.
Ah.
There's a strange non-bleeding quality about the eating that goes on. And so it takes ages and ages till they've chewed you away to about a quarter of an inch you're still living. That's what's so bloody awful about the ants.
No, I'll tell you what's worse than that, though.
Worse
Pete.
than ants?
I'll tell you what's worse. It's, I'm up in bed, feel a bit dozy. I think I've left my socks out on the lawn, you see, in the garden.
Yeah.
So I pop downstairs, I go down, I open the door, go in the garden. It's a very balmy night, it's a balmy breeze blowing, there's a big full moon up there with the clouds scudding across it. Scud, they go like that.
Yeah.
And I'll go in the garden, I'll get my socks off the line, and then suddenly, in the light of the moon, I see something lurking by the clothes pole.
What is it, Dad?
What is it indeed, Pete? It's a beautiful woman.
Well, that's all right then. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, but she's a bit menacing. She's got one of them black dresses on with a gold belt, and she's sit up to here, all to the dress, so you can see her perfectly formed alabaster legs. And she's got these fangs in her teeth, and I hear a wolf in the distance going, "Oh," like that, or some animal in unbearable agony. And she's transfixed me with her stare. She's got me in her stare, and I'm overcome with a terrible lust. And she says, "Dad, come here, Dad. Come on here, Dad. I've got something for you." So I go up there, and she lifts her hand to me, and just as I get there, she goes smack round my face, and she vanishes like that. And I look down at my hands, and my socks have turned to ice.
And that's it? That's bad?
That's terrible.
A bloody old wolf woman in the garden, bad? That's nothing compared to the ants. I'll tell you something that will make you think what something's bad is. I'm staying down in the country with Daphne du Maurier. And her place down in the country, Shangri-La, menacing great pile, if ever you saw one. We've just finished supper by candlelight. I decide to wend my way to the room upstairs, to my bedroom. The stairs creak. Somewhat similar to what you're doing there. But I think creaking stairs, that's nothing, you know. I'm not a superstitious man. Creaking stairs could happen anywhere. So I get into the room, which happens to be the room where 50 years previously to the day, a nun had hanged herself. Stupid old bag. And she's supposed to haunt the room, you see, Dad. So, without, you know, undue restraint or anything else, I'll take my clothes off, because there's no one in the room, you see. So I'll get into bed. I sense something rather uneasy. I don't know what it is. Not in the bed, just in the atmosphere around the room. Something indescribably evil somewhere. I fall into a fitful doze. Strange visions cloud my mind for a moment. Jumbles of thoughts seize upon each other. I'm in this doze, and suddenly, a single cock crows. Very much like that. And from a distant spire of a church, we hear a clock chiming out 1 o'clock. Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, boing.
That's only 1:45.
That's what's so bloody mysterious. I immediately sense something indescribably evil about the place. The hairs on my toothbrush stand on end. I don't know what's happening. I look out the window and what do I see? An indescribable white something slurping and blurping all over the window. A horrible white slimy substance, God knows what it is.
Oh, Pete.
Do you know what it is?
What is it, Pete?
It's a giant man-eating slug of a type rarely found. In through the window it comes, very slowly, very inexorably, slurping and slooping towards the bed, very slowly, all white and horrible.
Does it go,
No, you're thinking of a tiger goes, man-eating slug of this type goes horrible, sinister, Sounds very ill.
Yeah.
It comes towards you.
Clear.
Exactly like that. It creeps up over the bed.
Oh, no,
Onto
Pete.
me.
No,
Right
Pete.
onto me, and it says
No.
to me.
No,
It
Pete.
says to me.
Does it talk then?
Yes, it's a talking
Oh, no.
snake. It says to me, all right, Pete, I've come to suck your bloody blood.
No.
Puts its fangs in me neck and
No.
takes all the
No.
blood out. I feel my life ebbing away. Thousands of visions cross my mind.
No,
And I
Pete.
black out into an unearthly worse than hell could ever devise in her worst moments.
Oh, that's terrible,
What's a
Pete.
bloody sight worse than a wolf woman in the garden?
Oh, no, it's pretty awful.
You've got no imagination, have you, Dad? You've got a tiny mind. You've got no imagination. Bloody wolf woman and an axe, that's nothing.
Oh, I don't know, that's all I can think of. Look, go and get us another cup of cocoa, because I feel a bit thirsty after
Perhaps
all
you'll
that.
think of something better if I get you
Yeah,
some cocoa.
well,
All
I'll
right,
try
then.
have a go.